Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist you in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. We're going to be doing the daily reading for Saturday, September 26, 2020, and this is a day that's guided by the heart chakra and by space. And so today, with that heart chakra energy, as all Saturdays are, we can utilize the rainbow light meditation to really open up that heart center. And so bringing the rainbow light down through your chakra system, up and out through your heart, can really help connect you to this energy and get that heart space opened up. The red crystal dragon energy is the galactic signature of the day. And the red dragon energy is the first energy. It's the first solar tribe. And so when we think about the first of anything, what do we think of? We think of the initiator, right? The beginning, the birthing of a process, of a state of being. And this is the energy that the red dragon brings through. It's this energy of birth, of nurturing, right? The mother energy. What was the first energy? The first energy was the creator, right? Our mother. And so this nurturing, this birthing, and this experience of being, and really tapping into and stepping into our beingness, not as much in our doingness, but in our beingness. And then understanding how much can actually be accomplished from that state of being. And so it's an interesting contradiction, right? Because it is the initiator and that first energy that's sparking things, that's creating things. But at the same time, we're asked to create through being instead of through doing. So today is a day that's really about nurturing the self, nurturing, if we have the capacity, also others that we love, nurturing the earth, nurturing creation, but really doing all of this from that place of being. And we have the tone of the day as the crystal tone. And so it's interesting because the crystal tone is the tone that represents all of the different facets of reality, all of the different unique facets of being that each one of us is, and how all of those unique beings come together to form this beautiful, rich tapestry of consciousness, right? And so it's a very collaborative energy. So when we're combining this collaborative energy with the red dragon energy, this is really collaborating in that sense of thinking of the greater whole, in collaborating in the ways that we can nurture and love each other, support each other, and also collaborating and be like playing our part and doing our service to the world just by being who we truly are, right? That's that crystal energy, is we all have a very unique frequency and signature and a unique light that we shine in the world. And it's valuing the diversity of that and the strength that comes from that diversity. So really stepping into that role of being present, being source, right? Releasing all of that extraneous baggage and just opening up to the truth of who we are, to the connection that we have with spirit, and just really reveling in that connection, that space beyond doing, where we just exist. And we exist as the most authentic version of who we are, and seeing how being that version of who we are in the fullness of that, without apology, without worrying, without stressing, can add so much richness to the world around us. This is an energy, if you are feeling being called to create with others, then absolutely do that. This is a beautiful energy for that, to nurture others. But really, above all else, make sure to nurture the self. Today is a day, astrologically, where we can really step into that energy. There is a lot of healing energy that is possible today as far as that goes. We have the moon currently in Aquarius, which is beautiful, right? That is that energy, right, of authenticity, of being who we truly are, of understanding the importance of the truth of who we are, but also the importance of the collective and coming together as that group, as that one consciousness. Aquarius energy is great at that. So that really plays well into these energies. And we have the moon in Aquarius square Uranus and Taurus, which is interesting. But it is, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, so there is still some harmony to this connection. And I'm seeing this more as us being given opportunities to really step outside of the boundaries that we've created for ourselves. And so Uranus may provide some of those opportunities in unexpected ways today. We also have the moon sextile Chiron and true black moon Lilith. So this is that heavy healing energy that I was talking about. We are having the opportunity to nurture ourselves. If we take that opportunity, we can really step into and fall into a deeper level of love for ourselves and appreciation for ourselves, how far we've come on this journey. Really, it's an opportunity to understand on a deeper level some of the wounds that we're here to heal, especially when it comes to our empowerment, when it comes to our sexuality, when it comes to our ability to be wild and free, right? We're talking true black moon right now. Our ability to be wild and free. And with all this Aquarius energy in the air, with this crystal tone today, that is really being driven home. Is what is the unique way that you leave an impression on the world? What is your unique way of being? And how does that support the whole? And how can you use that to also nurture and support yourself today? And there is an affirmation for today, as there always is. And the affirmation for the red crystal dragon is, I dedicate in order to nurture, universalizing being. I seal the input of birth with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of space. So that's an affirmation that you can use today to get more in sync with the galactic energies that we are experiencing. All right, so we're going to get to the cards, and I'm wanting to do a Beyond Lemuria oracle to get us started here today. Here we go. September 26, 2020. September 20. Woo, hello. Okay, that was interesting. We'll go with that. That flipped right over there. And the card that flipped out on top literally cut the deck in half to come out was number 44, Shine Your Light, which is kind of just what we were talking about, right? So I absolutely love that as the first card that's coming out here. And we're going to take a look at what this says. Shine your light, right? This is being who we truly are, shining that unique light in the world, adding to that collective tapestry, like we were saying. Doing what you love, time to thrive, giving from the overflow, life purpose, being authentically you, compassionate self-empowerment, right? Yes. Loving life, trying things you resonate with, bringing joy to others by being an inspiration. You are amazing. There is no one like you, and no one can do you as you can. Yet we sometimes feel that we need to be a certain way, a way not aligned with our authentic self. You may feel obligated to be something or someone. You may have stopped doing some of the things you love due to time or energy restraints. When you take time to do what truly makes you shine each day, you will light up and bring joy to other people's worlds, being, right? As you go about your life, you will have a sense of purpose and feel naturally inspired to fulfill your responsibilities. You will also have more energy and love to overflow. Doing what we love can bring much goodness to our hearts, so much goodness to our hearts that it filters into other areas of our life. Yet when life is demanding more of us, we give up the things we love to make way for more practical pursuits. When we finally come back to those pursuits, we wonder why we waited. For much of my life, I did not paint as I thought it was self-indulgent. I questioned how doing what I love could be beneficial to others. Now, the constant messages of gratitude I receive for anchoring my visions on canvas make me wonder how I ever thought that way. It takes discipline to do what we love, especially if we are natural givers. It is easy to get caught up with other people's lives. There can be a strong cultural belief that fulfilling a creative need is selfish. The irony here is that tending to our own needs harms none, and we will have a lot more to give. It is time for us to collect our light and shift the vibration here on Earth, starting with our inner sense of being. Try those things you have always wanted to explore. Weave enjoyment through your day-to-day experience. Find purpose and the inspiration to spring out of bed in the morning. It is time to thrive. Where can you shine your light? When you have a sense of purpose, you will also have limitless energy and no joy. Where can you grow enthusiasm in your life? Consider how you may be more aligned with your passions so you can harness your light. It may be time to return to something you enjoyed but stopped doing for no good reason. You are a sovereign being. Regain compassionate empowerment and remember what lights up your world. How perfect is that for the energies of today? Birthing something new into being, right? Nurturing and loving the self, standing in the authentic truth of who we are, following our hearts, right? This is a heart chakra day, and doing what it is that brings us joy, doing what it is that lights us up. All right, and now I'm going to grab a couple of Starseed Oracle cards and see what these have to say. What guidance do we have from the Starseed Oracle for today? I'm feeling strongly resonant with that energy that it was talking about in that card, about how we get caught up in the day-to-day grind and the practical responsibilities, right? And so we let our creativity and our joy fall by the wayside because it doesn't seem constructive. When really the most constructive and practical thing we can be and do is what we love, right? Because that brings more of that abundant energy into our lives, more of that freshness, that inspiration. And so we have, perfect. Your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Yes, can you guys see that? I know this light really drowns out these Starseed Oracle cards because they're so delicate and light. But yes, your life is a canvas. This is so much creative energy coming through. Somebody is watching this who is an artist, right? And so really make your art. This is coming through so strongly, and this is for everyone because we're all, like, there's somebody who's an artist, it's a specific, but this is for all of us as well because everything is art. Everything we do that comes from our hearts, right? When we are creating from our hearts is art, right? So what is your art? Today is the day to figure that out. What is your art? And how can you express that in the world? How can you connect back to that? How can you let that feed you and inspire you as you move forward? And then we also have Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. So this is that energy telling you that you are loved, you are protected. You will be protected and supported as you move through this journey of expressing more of who you truly are. I think there's a lot of us for different reasons. Some of this is current life, some of this is past life stuff that's coming up for us as well. We're afraid to express ourselves. We're afraid to make our life a living art, right? Because of some experience that told us that we weren't good enough, some experience that told us that we weren't safe to do that. And so we're moving out of that energy, and this is just confirmation telling us that we are absolutely safe and supported in doing what it is that brings us joy. And what brings us joy probably brings others joy as well. That's that collective, that crystal tone, right? Is what I do for me, I also do for others. And so bringing light into our own lives brings light into other people's lives, and it shows other people how to do that. And so just, we're really being encouraged to step into our power, to step into our truth, and to know that we are safe to do that. We are safe and we are protected. Any other messages from the Starseed Oracle here? Yeah. Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So for people, I feel like there's people that are kind of at a crossroads right now, and you're not really knowing how to move through. You're wanting to bring this freshness and this inspiration into your lives, but you're feeling really constricted and like you're unable to do that for whatever reason. And so whatever situations you're going through right now, these situations are requiring faith and trust. In order to move forward, you have to have faith and trust. This is what you're learning how to build with spirit right now, is this faith and this trust. And as you sink deeper into that faith and that trust and that allowing, new solutions and beginnings will present themselves to you. But it's getting out of it. Says you'll survive this, right? It's getting out of this survival complex and into this like thriving. Like we don't survive, we thrive. But first we have to understand the difference, right? Surviving is fighting. Surviving is when we have that root chakra that is unbalanced, right? And everything, like that's the mentality that humanity had for a long time. It was all about surviving, quite literally on a physical level in the beginning, right? Food, shelter, these were the things that were absolutely necessary. Sex for procreating, right? Allowing the family to survive, creating the children for the farming and the hunting and the gathering, right? Like very survivalistic. And now we are in a period where we've learned how to do that, right? We have learned how to be safe and to thrive in our environment. So now that survival instinct is on a mental level. Like that survival instinct is biologically hardwired into us. And so when we're not having to, and a lot of us are still in that survival mode because of the society that we live in and the way it's been constructed to keep us in that place, right? Because when we're in that place of survival, we can't think about anything else. And so a lot of us are starting to wake up and understand how the matrix is designed to do this, right? Like we have to work and we have to sleep and we have to take care of the children and we have to take care of the responsibilities. And that's that hamster wheel that we get caught up on, where all of a sudden we don't have time to create. We don't have time for the things that bring us joy, right? Because it's all about what's next. What do I have to get done next in order to survive, in order to be okay? And so we're moving out of that mentality. The irony is, in order to move out of that mentality, we have to walk through some of those fears and we have to be a little bit uncomfortable, and we have to start practicing that hope and that faith and that trust first, right? We have to start embracing joy first. In order to experience something, we have to be a vibrational match to that. So just adding a little bit of joy, a little bit of creativity into our lives every day can help to build that feeling of joy, can help to build those feelings of peace, right? Of trust, of joy. I keep saying joy. Joy is so important right now. In order to begin manifesting more of that into our lives, it's so important. Like we have to put the cart before the horse when it comes to this. If we wait until we're in a space where we feel like we can trust, where we feel as though we are capable, where we feel as though we are ready, we'll never be ready. That's the irony. That's the catch-22 of the situation. That's why we have that card in here that always comes up of like leap first. Right? Take that first leap. That's why we always say, I take one step and the universe takes 10. But first we have to take that first step. But you will survive this. You are so loved and you are so supported in everything that you do. And right now we are in this process, right? This card comes up a lot. Questioning everything, lifting the veil, anything, removing what's out of alignment. What is out of alignment with what it is that we are trying to create? What is out of alignment with this joy? Like when we think about this life that we know that we deserve to have, right? This life where we're creating, where we're living in our bliss, where we're living in our joy, right? Like what in our lives is aligned with that and what in our lives is not? And what changes can we make to bring more alignment into our lives? And that starts with releasing the things that are ready to go. And then under that we have the void, which I love. Stop, embrace winter. But it says the great cosmic womb, right? With this red dragon energy, that is the energy. We are being invited back into that cosmic womb, right? Allow the sacred mother to hold you in her embrace. Allow her to comfort you and nurture you today. If you are in a space where you're not able to do that for yourself, I feel like a lot of us really need that nurturing today. We need that nurturing. We need that safety, that trust. We want to feel that. And with this heart portal day, Saturdays are that heart portal day, that rainbow light meditation can really help. Laying down in meditation, connecting, or in nature if you're able, anywhere where you feel safe and secure, and asking the great cosmic mother, the sacred mother, to bring in that love, to show you what that feels like to be loved and protected and safe, and to nurture you. And to nurture yourselves in any way that you can. And just know that sometimes we feel this void, we feel this emptiness before it gets filled with all the good things again, right? We have to allow ourselves to be in that place, that 0 point, first. But we always say, right, nature abhors a vacuum. We step into that void. We allow ourselves to be fully present in that void, to truly be, just experiencing our beingness and nothing else. Just sit in that place, open ourselves up to that energy. And then, of course, that will naturally then be filled with what is a match for our vibration. Yes. And then under that, we have all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. So that's just supporting that energy of turning our gaze within, of simply being today, allowing ourselves to be nurtured, and that inner authority that comes as we move into our own energy, as we truly get to know our own energy, as we disconnect from all the outside energies so that we can feel what is our own energy. We can become in sync with our own energy, at home in our own energy, right? Yeah. And once we do this, once we become centered in who we are in our own energy, that's when this energy comes in. Forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. That's that Aquarius energy right there that we're moving into. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Drop a comment. Let me know how this day is going for you guys, how this reading resonated, how you're feeling. There are links to donate down below if you would like to donate to my channel. There's also my email in the description box. I offer personal readings. I offer really powerful angelic healing sessions. I'm celebrating my Belvaspata Grandmaster's attunement right now. And so for a limited time, I'm going to be doing sliding scale Belvaspata sessions, anywhere from my typical $99.99 to $55.55. And you're able to pay whatever feels comfortable within that range. So please reach out to me for that. I do Ascension transit charts. I do a bunch of different stuff. So you can check all that out in the description box below. And as always, if you liked this video, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. All of that, the likes, the shares, the subscribes, they help this channel so much. I appreciate each and every one of you, and enjoy this beautiful day of being who you truly are and nurturing yourselves.